A suspect has been charged with 2 counts of capital murder after a shooting in Etowah County on Tuesday left 2 people dead. A local manufacturing plant is planning an expansion that will create more jobs in the near future, and plans are being made for a very special prom next month.
Warm weather has arrived in East Alabama. We'll have a springtime forecast coming up.
Coming up in sports, we'll talk the championship games of the 2025 Calhoun County Basketball Tournament and the all-tournament teams. EAN Local News starts now.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Waldrop Manufacturing, metal buildings made right here in Calhoun County.
Hello, we're glad you could join us. I'm Katie Edwards. A suspect has been charged with 2 counts of capital murder in the shooting deaths of a Georgia couple who were found Tuesday afternoon in Etowah County. Officials say they received a call at 12:30 p.m. to a home on Coates Bend Circle where they found the 2 victims. Darla McKenzie, 68, was suffering from a gunshot wound and was taken to a Birmingham hospital where she later died. Michael McKenzie, 72, was pronounced deceased at the scene. Both were residents of Roswell, Georgia. Etowah County Sheriff Roy Johnson says his deputies quickly identified a suspect, and with the cooperation of other local agencies, he was found and arrested. The suspect, Christopher Scott Johnson, has been charged with capital murder and is currently being held without bond. Lincoln police say a body found last week has been identified as a Birmingham man. Officers say 59-year-old Bobby Beverly was found last Thursday near the 200 block of England Road. His body was taken to the Alabama Department of Forensic Sciences, and police are waiting to learn the cause of his death. All of the hiking trails that were closed in the Cheaha State Park area on Sunday because of the Cave Creek fire reopened this morning. Officials with the Shinbone Valley Volunteer Fire Department say Forest Service officials have walked around the entire fire area and declared it safe. At one time, the fire covered as much as 177 acres of forest. Plans are being made for a very special prom next month. We'll have that story in a moment.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today.
Hi, I'm Mary Beth from CARES Direct Primary Care. Do you want convenient 24/7 access to health care? We're available in person, by text, phone, and video visit. Sooner or later, we all get sick. A quick trip to an ER or urgent care can quickly add up to more than the cost of 1 year's membership of Direct Primary Care. If you have a high deductible, you can quickly burn through that before your insurance activates. Join CARES DPC today.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by WM Grocery, located in Heflin, Wadowee, Roanoke, and in Piedmont.
Prom season is about to kick off, and for the second year in a row, a local church will be hosting a prom for special needs residents of the area. Allison Mims of the First Baptist Church of Oxford says the local Night to Shine prom is part of a nationwide event started by the Tim Tebow Foundation 11 years ago.
It now spans over 720 host churches over all 50 states and 56 countries across the world. This is our second year hosting, so we were so excited to bring it last year. It is a prom for special needs individuals ages 14 and up, and that up had some 80 to 90-year-olds out there having a great time last year, so we're very excited to have it again this year.
Mims says the members of her church and other volunteers will act as the host of the event.
The Night to Shine will be at the Oxford Civic Center. It's Friday, February 7th from 6 to 9. We have volunteers, we have different student organizations, as well as church members. Really anybody can volunteer. We have lots of teachers in the special needs community. And it's just somewhere, you can come and have fun and kick back. You can get as dressed up for a prom as you want. And because there will be some decked to the nines and just having the best time.
Gary Cornelius, senior pastor of First Baptist, says the Night to Shine prom has made a big impact on guests as well as on their family and friends.
It gives them a feeling of being included and gives them the opportunity to enjoy being around other folks, and their time is not totally focused on what they're having to do. They get to enjoy that. As far as the church is concerned, it gives our folks the opportunity again to serve, being the hands and feet and heart of Christ, being able to love on people, realizing that these families especially are caregivers all the time. And so we get to love on them and let them know how special they are, and it gives a great opportunity for these folks to be able to experience the love of Christ as they're having fun, being the prom kings and queens and things like that. So it's the whole spectrum of the gospel.
Janet Goff, ministry coordinator at First Baptist of Oxford, says a highlight of the prom is called the crowning ceremony, which gives each guest a moment in the spotlight.
We take a time to crown each of the honored guests. We call each one of them up at a time by themselves and place a crown on their head. And we tell them how special they are to us, but more importantly, how special each one of them is to the Lord. And we just want them to know that they are loved by their community, but they are also loved by a God who created them just like they are.
You can find more information on their Instagram page at night2shine_OxfordAL. And it's not too late to volunteer for the event. A local city government is on the move this week. Literally. We'll have details in a moment.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
Barrett Body Shop has moved to its new location on Highway 431 in Alexandria. Barrett has been delivering top-notch collision repair in Calhoun County since 2000. Our skilled team restores your vehicle to pre-accident condition with a commitment to quality and safety. Choose Barrett Body Shop for honest, reliable service. This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Oxford Lumber. Come visit any of our locations in Oxford, Jacksonville, Talladega, and Roanoke.
As of today, Anniston City Government has left its temporary home on McClellan Boulevard and is being moved to its new home on Noble Street. The old federal courthouse at 1129 Noble Street has been renovated and will open Monday morning at 7 as the new Anniston City Hall. During the next few days, the offices will be moved and phone lines will also be transferred. An informal ribbon cutting is scheduled for 8 o'clock Monday morning to commemorate the relocation, and the public is invited. The Oxford City Council agreed Tuesday night to give a tax break to a local manufacturing plant that is expanding its building and hiring new workers. The council voted unanimously in favor of a tax abatement for Southern Tool, which is planning a $5 million building expansion that will add more than 75 jobs over a 3-year period. Southern Tool is a metal casting company with a plant on Hamrick Drive that makes parts for aircraft. Also at Tuesday's meeting, the council accepted a bid of $709,000 from State Line Mechanical for improvements to the heating and air conditioning system at the Oxford Performing Arts Center. It was a beautiful day today, and John Holder is standing by in the EAN Weather Center to tell us all about it and what we can expect next. John?
Katie, a taste of spring fever coming to folks all across East Alabama. Over the next week or so, we are going to have a very warm forecast next.
For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
Welcome to Buster Miles Kia in Anniston, where we're dedicated to serving you with honesty and care. Whether you're shopping for a new or used car or need service, we're here to make it easy and stress-free. Visit us today at Buster Miles Kia, where great cars and family values come together. Buster Miles Kia, your trusted hometown dealership.
EAN News would like to thank all our commercial sponsors. Go check out our sponsors' links in the description below.
A very nice late January day across East Alabama. John Holder with you in the EAN Weather Center. Here's our EAN weather cam, the traveling weather cam. We're out on the road in Oxford today. This is looking into the southwest sky into downtown Oxford, and you see a few high clouds, but mostly blue sky today. And for the first time in a while, actually some very warm temperatures. 66 for the high today in Oxford and all across East Alabama. 10 degrees above the average. That was after a chilly start this morning. Temperatures dropping down to 31, our average at 35, but we're not going to see any 30s anytime soon. Those are gone for at least the next couple of weeks. Weather on your street on this Wednesday night, it is going to be fairly mild out there. On Green Valley Road in Glencoe and Etowah County, mostly cloudy skies tonight. And look at that temperature. We told you that the 30s are gone. Indeed, tonight the low only dropping down to 43. We'll be in the 50s for most of the evening hours across East Alabama. Maybe the best day weather-wise that we've had so far this year is coming up tomorrow. Partly sunny skies on Oak Grove Road out at Silver Lakes. If you're going to play some golf out at the Robert Trent Jones Golf Course tomorrow, fantastic. Plenty of sunshine, few clouds, 68 for the high tomorrow afternoon. And as we look ahead to the start of the weekend, we really only have one fly in the ointment over the next 7 to 10 days, and that is going to be on Friday. Showers in the forecast on Baines Gap Road at McClellan. That will fuel the waterfalls out there along Baines Gap Road a little bit. We don't expect heavy rain amounts. There might be a rumble of thunder. Temperatures will be in the 60s, and we think most of the rain is going to come before lunchtime on Friday. Here's the 7-day forecast for all of East Alabama. You're going to like these numbers. 68 tomorrow, a 100% chance of rain in the first part of the day on Friday. We will tell you that tomorrow night we do have a chance of rain after midnight. Most of that will be Friday morning. Should be out of here by Friday afternoon. Look at the weekend coming up. 64 on Saturday, close to 70 on Sunday. Dry weather on both of those days. Nighttime lows in the low 40s. Look at that nighttime low Friday morning, only dropping down to 56 degrees. And then look to next week. Next week is going to be our first week of February. And look at these numbers. 70 on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. No chance of rain in the forecast. And low temperatures climbing from 44 to 49 to 52 by next Wednesday morning. These are temperatures we would expect certainly in March in Alabama. And we're going to get those about a month and a half ahead of time coming up next week. Next week, another sign that spring is on the way. It is Severe Weather Awareness Week in the state of Alabama next week, Monday through Friday of next week. So we're going to be hitting you over the next week or so with a lot of severe weather information because we are getting into our severe weather season. Technically, it's March, April, and May, but February, with the warm weather we have coming, we've certainly had a lot of tornadic activity in the month of February in Alabama. So we're going to tackle severe weather awareness Awareness Week next week a little bit early. Weather ready. 3 essential things you need to do to get ready for severe weather this spring. 1, know your location on a map. When warnings are issued, if you don't know literally where you are, it doesn't do you much good. So when those severe weather warnings come out, know where you're located. Always be weather alert. There are so many ways of getting weather warnings and things like that on your phone and so forth. Make sure you have those enabled. Make sure you're paying attention when you're out and about to the weather around you coming up this spring during severe weather season. And also have a safety plan and a safety kit. This means in your home, in your office, in your church, in your school, all those places, make sure you have a severe weather plan. If a tornado warning is issued for your area, make sure you know what to do, when to do it, where to go, and then also have a severe weather kit as well with some essential supplies. If your power goes off, if you're hit by a tornado, things that you would need in there to help you survive and to move on from that catastrophic event. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but certainly we've had that happen here in East Alabama, so you want to be prepared. We're going to hit you with a lot of severe weather awareness facts as we move through the rest of this week and next week as well, right here on EAN Local Weather. I'll be back here tomorrow morning, bright and early at 6 a.m. with your Thursday Day at a Glance. Right now it's sports time. Here's Jordan Smith.
Thanks, John. Last night was the best night of the 2025 Calhoun County basketball tournament that took place inside Pete Matthews Coliseum in Jack State. It was championship night, and the Oxford Yellow Jackets pulled out the sweep. We'll start with girls action last night as the top 2 seeds of the girls' side of the bracket battled it out in the Calhoun County basketball tournament. In the championship game, the Oxford Yellow Jackets took down the Jacksonville Golden Eagles 58-40 to win their 4th straight Calhoun County championship. The Yellow Jackets had a slim lead in the first half, 26-19, before scoring 20 points in the third to pull away. Oxford had 4 girls in double digits. Shay Montgomery led the charge with 16 points. Ava Thomas had 13 points. Bree Wilson followed with 12 points, and Takavia Boyd rounded out the Lady Jackets with 11. For Jacksonville, Alexis Phillips led Jacksonville with 13 points. We had a chance to catch up with the head coach of the Oxford Yellow Jackets, Melissa Bennett, after the win.
Super proud of our girls. There's a lot of words that we could use to describe it, but proud is, and I know that's an easy thing for a coach to say, but there was a lot of expectations on who was going to do what this season, and I think we've done a great job growing all season. And for the girls to get to experience this on this floor, County is always awesome. And the experience, the emotions, and it's a tough tournament. 3 games in 4 days is always tough. I'm just really proud of our kids. I'm really happy for them. I thought Jacksonville did a great job of speeding us up. Their press is excellent. I think Coach Mize needs to start running some clinics on how to teach a press. But I think in the second half we kind of slowed down a little bit. We quit letting their press speed us up so much and started taking a little bit better shots, started sharing the ball a little bit more and a little bit better, finding the open person, not just taking rushed shots. So just kind of settling in. I thought our nerves, especially for our young ones, got us early. We had some uncharacteristic turnovers for them, especially several in a row. I think it was a lot of jitters.
Now looking at the 2025 Calhoun County basketball tournament girls all-tournament team, starting with the MVP from the winning Oxford Yellow Jackets, Shay Montgomery. Offensive MVP was from Oxford as well, Bree Wilson. The defensive MVP was Alexis Phillips of Jacksonville. Looking at the rest of the team from Alexandria, Samira Duncan and Charlie Paris making the team. From Anniston, Liberty Lewis. From Jacksonville, Nevaeh Nicholson and Ontaria Braxton. From the Ohatchee Indians, Emily Riddle and Peyton Walker. And from Oxford as well, Ava Thomas and McKinley Mosley. And a few others to recognize from the Piedmont Bulldogs, Kayla Brothers. From Sachs, Madison Turner. And from Weaver, Alea Marks. Moving over to boys action, the Oxford Yellow Jackets took down Alexandria impressively 66-32. The Yellow Jackets have now won 7 of the last 9 boys county championships. Oxford led at halftime by a score of 38-20. The Yellow Jackets also held Alexandria to only 4 points in the third quarter. Jalen Alexander led the Yellow Jackets in scoring with 21 points on the night. Also in double digits was Jalen Taylor with 14 points and Jaden Lewis with 12 points. For the Valley Cubs, Q McDowell led the way with 13 points, followed by Jalen Henderson with 8 points. The Oxford win now gives the Yellow Jackets head coach Joel Van Meter a record-setting 10 Calhoun County championship wins.
I think it's just an example of having good players, having good coaches, and it sounds like coach speak, but it is. Like I just think I've been blessed to be in the right spot at the right time, and I think our guys have played well. They take a lot of pride in this tournament, and when you take a lot of pride in something, there's a lot of things you can do well. I thought we did a great job defensively as we have done throughout this tournament. We did a great job of sharing the ball and being unselfish with each other and playing for each other. I can go down the line and talk about every single player out there, but I just think we're coming together as a group right now, and you can see it on the floor how much they care for each other. I've got the utmost respect for Will. Will does a great job. I've known him for a long time, and I knew that they were going to come out with a lot of fire, and they did. And I told our guys at halftime, I said, if you think the first quarter was a punch, just wait till you see what's going to come in the third quarter. And we were able to withstand that and kind of counter it with our own punch and did a good job of responding.
Now it's time to look at the boys all-tournament team for the Calhoun County basketball tournament. From Oxford, the MVP, Jalen Alexander. The offensive MVP from the Valley Cubs of Alexandria, Q McDowell. And the defensive MVP from Oxford was Jaden Lewis. Looking at the rest of the team, also making it in from the Valley Cubs of Alexandria, Jalen Henderson. From the Anniston Bulldogs, Shakori Carr and Caleb Akels. From the Jacksonville Golden Eagles was Kamari Harmon. From JCA, Jesse Ganaway making the team. And from the Ohatchee Indians, Jake Robertson. Looking at some others from Oxford, Marcus Perry, Chris Latson, and Jalen Taylor make the team. From Sachs Christian Hall, Keyshawn Allen makes it on the team from the Weaver Bearcats. Ethan Turner names his place on the list from White Plains. And from Piedmont, number 1, Colton Proctor makes his way onto the all-tournament team. Now let's take a look at some of the scores from across the East Alabama area last night. In girls action, Coosa Christian defeated Pleasant Valley on the road 57-40. Ranford picks up the win over Gaston 46-44. Talladega in a close game with Sylacauga, but the Tigers defeat the Aggies 35-33. And Pell City defeats Woodland 41-39. Other girls action from last night, Sardis picked up the win over the Westbrook Christian Warriors 72-35. Cherokee County goes into Piedmont and defeats the Piedmont Bulldogs 63-35, and Ohatchee defeats the Munford Lions 42-23. Moving over to boys action, Coosa Christian picks up the win over the Pleasant Valley Raiders 68-54. Gaston picks up the win over the Ranford Bulldogs 70-51. Sylacauga picks up the win over Talladega 85-72. Now this game right here between Piedmont and Cherokee County. Piedmont defeats Cherokee County 94-58, and Raleigh Pinto scores a career high of 36 points. Impressive night there by Raleigh Pinto. And Munford defeats Ohatchee 53-48. Other boys action, Hope Christian picks up the win over Heritage Christian 53-26. Fayetteville defeats ASD 50-47. Fort Payne goes into Etowah and wins 63-40. Gadsden City defeated Plainview 61-48. And Hoax Bluff picks up the win over Southside 57-54. The Alabama High School Athletic Association has announced the future sites for the Super 7 State Football Championships. Starting in 2025, Birmingham's Protective Stadium and Mobile's Hancock-Whitney Stadium on the campus of the University of South Alabama will be the alternate hosting sites for the event, with Birmingham taking 2025 and 2027 and Mobile hosting in 26 and 28. AHSAA Executive Director Heath Harmon expressed his gratitude, saying, quote, "I want to thank all the cities that showed interest in hosting our Super 7 football championships. All were impressive, but after much study, we felt these two cities were the best options," end quote. That'll do it for sports. Let's take it back over to Katie.
Thanks for the update, Jordan, and thank you for watching us today. You can find us every weeknight on Facebook and YouTube, our website, and on Rumble. Go to the platform of your choice and watch our news, sports, and weather coverage whenever it's convenient for you. We'll see you back here Thursday for your news on your schedule.